Hi, welcome to Plaqad Explains, where we share with you the latest updates in the world of digital. My name is Inyolua. In this episode, I'll be teaching you how to create the perfect social media strategy. Now you might ask, why do I need a strategy for my social media? I mean, it's just social media. But well, it is very important. See it this way. So now imagine you're at a certain point and you need to maybe go somewhere and you need to be at another point. But in this situation, you need a means of transportation. And let's say, a car. This is the same thing that applies to social media. You're at a certain point in your business or in your personal life and you need to achieve a certain communication goal. Social media here becomes a tool to help you achieve that goal. Now, the first stage of creating a perfect social media strategy is to identify where you are. Set your goals, identify the things that you would like to achieve. So I would love you to pick up a pen and a paper. You can pause the video. If you don't have one around you, quickly get one. So if you have one, fine, let's move on. What you want to do here is to identify the amount of followers you have currently on your social media. You want to identify your engagement rate in terms of likes and how many people comment. If it's Twitter, how many retweets you get. Once this has been done, you set a goal for where you would like to be. Here you identify how many followers you like to have over a certain period of time, your engagement rates as well in terms of likes, in terms of retweets and shares, and so on by the time you're done with your strategy. Once this has been identified, you need to move ahead to identify your target audience. Who are they? Define them. You also want to know their age range. You also want to know their gender. So if your business is one that suits to just a female or just a male or both, this will also play a role in your communication. So once your target audience have been identified, the next thing you want to do is to know what kind of tools you would use to communicate. So the kind of tools we're talking about here are content creation tools. You can use things like Canva to create visual images, and do things like games, trivial games, and all this kind of stuff. You can also use Buffer and Hootsuite to schedule your posts ahead of time. This helps you organize your content so that you're not always pressed for time. Moving on, the next thing you want to do is define the content itself. You want to know what kind of topics resonate with your target audience. What are the kind of contents you have noticed they engage with most over time? If you're speaking to a young audience, you know definitely that you make use of a lot of visual content, a lot of community-based kind of content, interesting and fun content. Once this has been identified, you move on to creating a content calendar. Why do you need a content calendar? A content calendar helps you schedule posts, it helps you stay organized and helps you address a certain topic at a certain period of time. So once you have done this, what you want to do in the content calendar is you could do it as a weekly content calendar or a monthly content calendar to help you schedule what exactly goes out ahead of time. And here, that's when tools like Buffer and Hootsuite plays like a very important role. Once you're done with your content strategy, the next thing you want to do after the time frame, remember we said you have to set the time frame, is to reflect back on how far you have come. You need to review the contents that you have sent out, review the engagement rate. Was it things that resonated with your audience? What worked best and what did not? Here you can identify things that didn't work well and then drop them, and you can also identify things that work well and then things you also need to improve on. So there you have it in a jiffy of how to create a perfect social media strategy. I'd like to know if you've tried any of these, if they worked, if they did not, and if you have any questions, please leave them in the comment section. We'll be glad to answer them.